Okay, as we continue with our discussion about romantic relationships in young adulthood, this time pag-usapan natin yung tinatawag na Sternberg's triangular theory of love, which is widely used in psychology, and it is used to explain the different types of love that people experience and people express to their loved ones. And we have here, according to Sternberg, if you remember, Sternberg also has a triangular theory, no? About intelligence that we talked about last time. This time we're going to focus on love. And according to him, there are three elements of love, and you can see them doon sa tatlong corners ng triangle. And the following elements are yung tinatawag na intimacy, passion, okay, and then yung commitment. Okay? Pag sinabing intimacy, it is the emotional element. Yung intimacy, para siyang closeness. It's the warmth that you feel when you are with someone. Okay? Kapag feeling mo close ka to somebody, you have an intimate relationship. And intimacy is not limited to romantic relationships. Applicable din siya sa friendship. Diba? You have an intimate friendship, for example, with your best friend. Yan. And yung intimacy, isa yan. Okay? Yun namang passion is the motivational element, is the drive. And we usually associate this with the sexual drive, but not limited to that. Okay? And so usually yung passion, ito nakikita natin ito sa mga younger couples instead of older ones. So babalikan natin yan maya-maya. Okay? And finally, we have commitment or the cognitive element. It's the ability to stay in love. Yeah. So those are the three elements. And depende kung anong element or elements, depende no kung isa lang ba or combination, yung present will explain kung anong klaseng love yung tawag doon. No? For example, kung intimacy lang, ang tawag ni Sternberg dyan ay liking. Diba? If you like somebody, like you like someone or you like a friend, you like may iniidolo ka, for example, no? Or you look up to somebody na malapit sa iyo. No? You like somebody as a person, or maybe you like somebody, you have a crush on somebody. That's liking. Okay. Meron din tayong infatuation, which is the presence of passion. Okay, di ba yan sa mga bata sinasabihan natin, no? Ano yan ang tawag dyan, infatuation. No, if you have some sort of feelings towards somebody. Yan, madalas sinasabi ng mga matatanda yan, no? Ang nararamdaman mo is some sort of infatuation. Okay. And also, on the right side, pag commitment lang yung present, meron tayong tinatawag na empty love. Ba't siya empty love? Commitment is present pero walang intimacy at walang passion. And bakit empty love? So, dati kasi in the society, uso yung tinatawag na fixed marriage. Yung kahit hindi mo naman gusto yung tao, parang kayo yung pinlano ng mga parents, yun na magpakasal, and they stay in love with one another or they stay together but they do not necessarily love each other. Okay, yan yung tinatawag na empty love ni Sternberg, na nangyayari kapag si commitment lang yung present. Okay? So let's start combining elements. Starting with something that you're familiar with. Pag kinumbine mo yung passion tsaka intimacy, we have what we call romantic love, which is the common stepping stone to marriage. Okay? Sa mga magjowa na magpartner who are not yet married, usually they show to one another what we call romantic love. Wherein nandun yung intimacy, nandun yung closeness nila, nandun yung friendship nila. At the same time, nandun din yung physical attraction. Okay, nandun yung sexual attraction to one another. Yan yung romantic love. Okay? What about companionate? Companionate love is present. Kung yung by the way, dito sa romantic, walang commitment. It's just passion and intimacy. And for companionate, ang wala naman dito is passion. What is present is intimacy and commitment, pero walang passion. So paano yan? No? Companionate love is commonly observed sa mga older couples, sa mga senior citizen couples, wherein they are together and they have good friendship with one another aside from being husband and wife, no, maganda yung friendship nila para silang mag-best friend. And at the same time, they want to be with one another. They stay in love with one another. Pero, okay, if you have observed, if kung may mga lolo or lola sa paligid ninyo, you rarely see them kiss, you rarely see them hug one another. No, depende pa rin siya. No? Pero madalas yung mga matatanda, kung mapapansin nyo, wala na yung sweetness, wala na yung physical attraction. Maybe that's, hindi na doon umiikot yung love nila. Pero what keeps them together is their friendship, okay? Their intimacy, and their commitment to be with one another. So that's what you call companionate love, a long-term commitment with one another together with intimacy. Okay? Ayan. And we also have here sa baba, fatuous love. And fatuous love is characterized by the presence of passion and commitment pero walang intimacy. So paano yan? Ibig sabihin, nandun yung physical and sexual attraction. Okay? At the same time, nandun yung ability na, oh, let's make this official. No? Let's be with each other. Let's live in the same house. No? Let's get married, for example. Pero hindi sila nakabuild ng friendship. Okay? Sabi nga sa textbook ni Papalya, ito para siyang whirlwind courtship. Okay? Pero hindi sila naka-establish ng intimacy. So ano yung example dito madalas? Yung mga Hollywood couples, yung mga artista sa Hollywood wherein they like each other and then the people will get surprised na they decide to marry one another. Pero in reality, hindi pala sila naka-build ng friendship. Ending up eventually to divorce. Kaya sabihin nila, hindi na sila happy, tapos magpapalit na naman ng partner. Okay? Yan yung tinatawag ni Sternberg na fatuous love. May passion tsaka commitment, pero maagang natapos because hindi naka-build ng intimacy. Okay? Yung combination nilang tatlo is consummate love, wherein present yung intimacy, passion, and commitment. Walang napag-iwanang element. And according to Sternberg, that is the most complete out of all the types of love na nandito sa illustration natin. Okay? So, that's for Sternberg's triangular theory of love. And by the way, here are the exact details ng mga diniscuss ko in the previous slide if you want to copy. This is based on Sternberg's explanation. Okay? So, you can pause the video and copy if you want. But for now, let's move on to other remaining topics in young adulthood. Since we have already talked about love, romantic relationships, let's talk about marriage. Okay? According to literature, most young adults plan to marry but only when they feel ready. Yan, lagi ko tinatanong yung mga students ko no, na nasa early 20s o pagka-graduate nyo ba papakasal na kayo? No? Naiisip nyo ba yan? And most of them are saying hindi pa. Okay? And they usually say na pag ready na kami. Not only financially, but also psychologically. Emotionally ready for it. Because it's a life transition. Okay? And other than that, they only when they feel that, when they see getting on their feet financially and establishing themselves in stable jobs and career. A lot of people are delaying marriage nowadays, the younger ones to be particular. Because they want to prioritize yung financial stability muna before they get into marriage. Kasi ang kasunod ng marriage, of course, is having a baby, having a kid, having your own family. So, or meron din naman na they get married pero hindi pa nila iniisip magkaroon ng baby until maging sila, no, financially stable. Okay? And like what I mentioned, no, historically, the most common way of selecting a mate is through arrangement, yung fixed marriage. Yan yung uso dati. Kung manonood kayo ng mga series set, no, ages ago, no, centuries ago, that's how they used to do things. Pero ngayon, hindi na. Of course, that changed along the way, no? Ngayon, nakakapili ka na kung sino yung gusto mo maging partner. Okay, tinitingnan yung mga characteristics niya. Marami tayong kinoconsider. Katulad doon na pag-usapan natin in the previous video. Okay? Other than that, cohabitation o yung tinatawag na live-in is nagiging mas uso na nowadays, which can be another factor why most people delay their plan to marry. Because cohabitation can be a trial marriage for some. Before they get married, they want to get to know each other. Okay? So if it didn't work, hindi nila itutuloy. If it worked, itutuloy nila. Okay? So it can be a trial marriage. And dati hindi siya uso, hindi siya accepted ng society. Sasabihin sa inyo yan ng mga previous generation. Anong panahon namin, hindi uso ang live-in. Ngayon, more and more people accept yung pagsasama ng hindi kasal, no? And it can be a trial marriage, particularly for the younger ones. Okay. Other than that, cohabitation or live-in in some countries, no, can be an alternative to marriage or almost indistinguishable, almost the same with marriage. Okay? So what does that mean? For example, sa Pilipinas, kunyari may mga couples who are separated, pero since mahal ang annulment at walang divorce sa Pilipinas, the alternative to marriage that they pursue is cohabitation. Wherein, kung gusto nila mag-remarry, if gusto nila humanap ng ibang partner, pero there's no way para putulin yung marriage nila with their original partner or with their previous partner, nagsasama na lang sila ng hindi kasal. Okay? So, ayan, yun yung mga factors. No? Yung cohabitation, it can be pursued ng mga hindi pa kasal, tsaka ng mga kinasal na, who see it as an alternative to marriage, especially in some countries na walang divorce, katulad ng Pilipinas. Okay. Other trends in the literature, sharing household chores is important to marital success. No? Dati kasi it is believed that maintaining the house, no, o yung tinatawag domestic skills, ay responsibility ng babae. Pero nowadays, research shows that habang tumatagal, men play a larger role in maintaining the house, no, the home. Sharing household chores is important to marital success. On the right, we can see here, okay, noong 1970 compared noong 2007, ito yung rates for 1,000 individual kung ilan yung married. Sa nakikita natin, halos sa lahat ng bansa involved in this large-scale study, bumaba yung mga married people like United States, Canada, and so on. Okay? Other than that, no, in relation to this, baka naman kaya bumababa yung mga married, yung number ng mga married people is that more and more people want to stay single. Ang dami ko na, sa mga students ko kapag DEVPSY ang usapan, and then the questions are, when do you plan to get married? When do you want to have a baby? Madalas, no, I encounter, more and more nowadays, I encounter answers na, hindi ko plan magpakasal or I don't want to have a baby. Okay, so what are the common reasons as to why people choose to stay single? Okay, yeah, una, single by choice. Ginusto nila, pinili nila. And there's nothing wrong with that. Pangalawa, baka naman hindi niya talaga ginustong maging single. It's just that mahirap humanap ng right mate. As discussed in the previous video, marami tayong tinitingnan na characteristics. Like, same ba tayo ng characteristics with our partner? Okay? Kaya ba tayong buhayin yan? Or nagkakasundo ba yung mga gusto natin, yung mga goals natin, personality natin, and so on. Okay. What else? In relation to that, more women today are self-supporting. Kung papansin niyo, dati, no, kung sa babae, mahalaga daw yung domestic skills. Sa lalaki, mahalaga yung financial power, yung earning power. Dati, para sa isang babae, no, magpapakasal ka, one reason is for you to be able to support yourself. I mean, for you to be able to, in a way, parang survival siya eh. Okay, kailangan humarap ka ng partner who can, yung kayang kabuhayin. Pero nowadays, bilang babae, kung kaya mo naman suportahan yung sarili mo, then why marry? Okay, so that's another reason. May mga kilala ko gusto ko lang mag-adopt, no? Ayaw na magpakasal. What else? Less social pressure to marry. Okay, that yes, nowadays people are still may mga ganyang attitudes pa, particularly for the baby boomers. Every reunion they will ask you, okay lang magpapakasal, etc., etc. Pero compared noon, according to research, it is hindi na siya ganun kagrabe. Dati kasi parang siya, no, like what I said, it's the gateway to adulthood, no, kapag ikaw ay married na. Economic instability. Ayan, no? A lot of people I know, they say that they don't want to get married yet, especially if alam nila na hindi nila kayang buhayin yung magiging family nila at yung magiging partner nila. So gusto mo na maging financially stable, maka-move forward muna sa career before they consider marriage. desire to coordinate career goals with long-term relationship goals, and desire for self-fulfillment. A lot of people consider this. If I'll get married, okay, yun bang relationship goals namin is in line with our career goals? Okay, that's one thing to consider, no? Meron bang unity, no? Meron bang connection between yung goals niyo as a couple and your individual goals in your career? Okay. And also desire for self-fulfillment, no? Yun bang marriage magiging will it give way for you to improve as yourself as a person? Will it allow you to be self-fulfilled, or will it be a hindrance? Okay, so those are some other things to consider. What else? No, sexual freedom and exciting lifestyle. A lot of people consider staying single for this reason. They feel much more free kapag single rather than married. And also, some are afraid of divorce. They don't want to start a relationship that will end up na maghihiwalay lang sila. So, for them, they would rather stay single than get married. Okay? As we move forward, let's now talk about parenthood. And just like marriage, nowadays, more and more people delay, no, yung pagkakaroon ng anak. As you can see on the right, this shows kung ilang taon sila nung pinanganak nila yung unang anak nila, yung panganay. Noong 1970, a lot of people gave their first birth sa anak nila, no? Around 21, no? While in 2015, that's an average of mahigit 26 years old. So people are delaying, no, yung pagkakaroon ng anak. Not only delaying, people desire fewer children today than in earlier generations. Di ba? Nabanggit natin yan, di ba? Dati, maraming maaga mag-anak. Aside from maaga, marami. Like, for example, more than 5, kunyari. Ngayon, people will say, gusto lang namin 2 lang anak, 3 lang. Okay? Kasi nga, a lot of people I know will say, ayaw namin mag-anak kung hindi namin kayang buhayin. Ayaw namin na, kunyari, magkakaroon kami ng anak tapos magugutom. Magkakaroon kami ng anak tapos hindi namin pag-aaral or mag-i-stop lang ng eskwela. Okay? Gusto nila kung magkakaroon anak sila ng anak, comfortable. Hindi maranasan yung napagdaanan nilang paghihirap when they were younger, nung pagkabata nila. Ayaw nila iparanas sa anak nila yon. Okay, and people will usually say, mag-anak ka ng 20 para pagdating mo ng 40, meron ka ng 20 years old na anak. Okay, pero nowadays, the common counter-argument to that is, hindi ka naman kasi dapat mag-anak for selfish reason. Like, hindi sila financial investment, hindi sila retirement plans na mag-aanak ako so that kapag 60 na ako, isasalba ako ng anak ko. No? So those are the common arguments of the younger generations about why is it that hindi pa nila gustong mag-anak early in their life, early in their young adulthood. Okay. Other trends in parenthood, men invest greater amount of time fathering. Dati, yun nga, pag ikaw yung babae, ikaw mag-aalaga, domestic skills. Siyempre, ikaw yung nanay. Ngayon, it's a shared role. Men spend more time with their children. Hindi lang pambabaeng trabaho yung pagiging magulang. Both parents should spend time with their children. Okay? In some cases, pwedeng baliktad. No? May mga cases, yung babae yung nagtatrabaho, yung lalaki yung nasa bahay. Those are some things that you don't see decades ago. Dahil noon, ang uso, it's always yung babae yung nag-aalaga, yung lalaki yung nagtatrabaho. Pero times are changing. Men spend more time in being a father to their kids. Okay. What else? Parental care is supplemented by institutional care. Ano yung institutional? Kunyari, daycare. Ayan. Bakit ganyan yung trend? Kasi nga, more and more women nowadays are working. Hindi yung nag-aalaga lang ng bata unlike decades ago. Okay? So, if more women are working, sino mag-aalaga sa baby? Kung wala silang, for example, kasama sa bahay. Then, aside from parental care, more and more people avail yung kunyari mga daycare, mga mag-aalaga sa bata. Okay? So that the parents can continue to work kahit na meron silang bagong panganak. Okay? And what else? Ang hindi pagkakaroon ng anak is hindi rin naman totally bad, no? Because there are reports saying that childless couples in their 20s and 30s report higher cohesion in their marriages than couples with children. Mas maganda yung samahan daw. Parang mas close yung mga couples na wala pang anak compared sa mga may anak na. Kasi kumbaga undivided attention. No? That's one factor to consider. Tapos kapag nagkaroon ng anak, of course, their attention, lahat nandun na sa bata instead na sa partner nila. Okay. Ang trend, by the way, right after childbirth, yung life satisfaction ng mga tao, bumababa ng kaunti. Kasi having a child is a huge transition, particularly yung unang anak. It's a huge transition for everybody. Kaya nga, in having a baby, it's not only financial stability that matters, okay, but also the emotional and psychological readiness of both the husband and the wife, no, in being a father and a mother to their kids. Okay, and here are some common parenting myths. Okay, for example, no, sabihin ng iba, the birth of a child will save a failing marriage. Ayan, lagi nag-aaway, hindi nagkakasundo. O mag-anak tayo, baka it will save the marriage. Of course, it doesn't always work like that. Yes, may mga kilala naman ako who are not, na na-save yung marriage nila dahil sa anak, pero in some cases, no, it doesn't work. Ang ending niyan, maghiwalay sila and one of the parties will be responsible for being a single mother or single father. What else? The child is the possession or extension of the parent. Ako, no? Parang pag-aari mo yung anak mo, no? And the child will think, feel, and behave as the parent did in his or her childhood. So hindi rin ito maganda na you're thinking na pag-aari mo yung anak mo. And in relation to that, having a child gives the parents a second chance to achieve what they wish they had achieved. For example, di ako naging doktor kasi ito, ganito yung reason. Mag-aanak ako para siya yung magiging doktor kasi pe-pressure ko na gawin niya lahat para maging doktor siya. Those are parenting myths. And those are not the right reasons to have a child or to have a baby. Okay. And finally, another parenting myth is parenting is instinctual and requires no training. O sabihin mo yung mga hayop nga nagkakaroon ng anak, hindi naman psychologically ready or financially ready pero nabuhay. Ganon din sa mga tao. Pero hindi naman kasi tayo hayop. Parenting, being a parent is not only instinctual, no? It requires readiness. It requires training. It requires preparation. At hindi siya basta-basta. So that is it, everybody. This is where we end our discussion on young adulthood. And I hope you did learn a lot in this topic. And I'll see you next time for our discussion about middle adulthood. Thank you very much. See you next time.